Friday to everyone. I want to welcome all of you to today's virtual event brought to you by BuildOUT California.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. I'm Marcy Zarama, President of Destination Enterprises, Construction Management, Project Management, based in Los Angeles. Our Golden Pitch Utilities Series has been designed to put all businesses of all backgrounds within BuildOUT California and our ally group directly in touch with the utilities who have a wide variety and many opportunities coming up. And I'm going to turn it over to Andrew to introduce himself.
Andrew Yoshimura with Pride Resource Partners. Both Pride and Destination Enterprises have been founding members of BuildOUT California. We have a great program lined up this morning, which features the water utilities that make up the California Water Association. And they'll be showcasing how to partner with each of their companies, as well as highlighting some of the opportunities on the horizon. Now with that, I will turn it over to Paul Pendergast to introduce our first presenter this morning.
Great. Well, thank you, Andrew. And actually, let me just share, both Marcy and Andrew, both of your companies are actively engaged and, bidding on work and winning work with some of the water agencies. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, we have a contract with Cal American Water and have been engaged with Cal Water on CM opportunities.
Great. And then Marcy, you guys have been successful as well, right?
Likewise, yes, we have an MSA with California American Water. We haven't done any work with them yet, but with Cal Water, we are scheduled to work on a couple different projects coming up in the East LA area next month.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, let me just kind of kick things off and, build out what we are building here is kind of what we call a marketplace, which really brings together people, LGBT businesses, minority, women, small, medium, large firms, and disabled veterans, because we are so, just committed to building teams. And we know that not everybody's going to be a prime, and we want to make sure a lot of opportunities happen from the teaming perspective and from the business development perspective. So this is why everybody is so important to being here today. So we're really thrilled. A couple of years ago, basically back in 2014, when GO 156 took place, it included LGBT businesses in the utility sector and gave the opportunity and kind of basically rolled out the red carpet to LGBT firms to actively compete with utility contracts and so forth. And I will have to say, over the years, we do track the utilization efforts, and the water agencies have really risen to the top. And there's several who have actually exceeded the aspirational goals that have already been established in 2022. So it's really a proud moment that we get to bring to the table the California Water Association and several of its members. And you probably saw in the information we sent out, I believe there's 90 different regulated water agencies in California alone. So with that, I'm going to turn it right over to Lauren. Lauren, if you can just kind of kick us off and, really start to talk about the amazing things that are going on with the Water Association and our guests today. So you're up, Lauren.
Sounds good. Thank you, Paul. Happy to be here. And what I'm going to do is I am actually the Utility Supplier Diversity, that's what we call ourselves, USDP, CWA, USDP team. I'm the chair this year, so I'm going to be representing for everyone. I do have Daryl Brown on the line from San Gabriel Valley Water, as well as Calais Munoz from Suburban Water System. She supports me. But I'll be representing for our team today as chair. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the slides. We're going to do high-level slides of kind of just introducing each utility, where we're located, so you know exactly where you can support us, and then the business opportunities that we have. I know Paul did want me to address how each business can get signed up with us. I will say this first and foremost in this, we are all different. So all of us have different pre-qualification vendor signups. Some of us have portals, some of us don't. At the end, I'm going to entice you to stay till the end, because our last slide has all our information on it. So stay till the end. All right. And I'll let Paul answer that question. You'll be able to get copies of the slides, but I have no problem sharing it. But yeah, stay till the end, everybody. That's the slide that has all our information in which you could reach out to each one of us. We act as your support, your middleman to help you find the buyers that most align with your services. So I'll go ahead and introduce the team. We have Michael Moss from Golden State Water, Holly Joy from Liberty Utilities, Jeanette Diaz from San Gabriel Valley Water, me from Suburban Water. Next slide. All right. Tim McLaughlin from San Jose Water, Mary Lou Ruiz from California American Water, Jordan Nakason from California Service Water, and Daryl Brown from San Gabriel Valley Water. We've added some new faces to the team for those that have interacted with us. Ed and Jose have moved on to different opportunities. So we now have Mary Lou and Jordan on our team. Again, their information will be on the last slide as well. All right. Next slide. All right, so the why of the supplier diversity. This is just a quick overview. I'm not going to go through it. We all know why we're here. But you know, all the regulated utilities are mandated through General Order 156 to report on their supplier diversity spend. We have a goal of 22.5% now. It has increased because we do have the 1% for LGBTQ for 2022, the 1.5%. I mean, yeah, for 2022, and then 1.5% or 2023, and then 1.5% for 2024. So that goal will continue to increase, and we look forward to hitting it for the first time. We're very excited. We're celebrating CWA. We had a milestone. All of us met the goal or exceeded the goal last year, as well as we spent $300 million with diverse businesses. So we're very excited about our results, and you know, it starts with just interacting with you here. Next slide. All right, so just real quick, there's a lot of you know, diverse certifications out there. The ones that we report on are through the Supplier Clearinghouse. So if you are not Supplier Clearinghouse certified, we definitely encourage you to get Supplier Clearinghouse certified. There are many benefits, but you are first in line for all the CPUC events. Note the CPUC is having a Small Business Expo on September 27th in Escondido. Hope to see you all there. CWA will have a booth. But Supplier Clearinghouse, if you're not Supplier Clearinghouse certified, we highly suggest that you get Supplier Clearinghouse certified. All right, next slide. All right, so second tier contract requirements. We are, you know, we have to report on that as well in our report, and we work with our primes. I know I saw some of the list of attendees on here. You came to our Meet the Primes. That purpose of that event was to introduce our primes to subcontractors. We are huge in getting our primes to work with diverse subcontractors, and it's now all in our MSAs. So if you work with Suburban, it's a part of our MSA, and if in order to complete the job, or the job to be considered to be complete and be invoiced, I need your second tier report. So please understand, if you're coming to work with Suburban, we will require a second tier report, and we encourage you to work with second tier vendors. We also have Excel that we use that we give to our primes. So if you are a second tier vendor, again, reach out to us and we'll work with you to get in touch with our primes. Next slide. Oh, I see the comment from Jeff Nelson. I've not heard of the Supplier Clearinghouse. So now you have. So make sure you get Supplier Clearinghouse certified. It's very fast. If you're already certified with another entity, it should be a smooth process. All right. So first up is Jeanette with San Gabriel Valley Water. She's the manager of supplier diversity and procurement. She is your go-to. Her and Daryl. You know, Jeanette. Wow, what amazing woman, and what she's accomplished at San Gabriel Valley. So next slide. We'll go through over there, you know, a little bit about them. So San Gabriel Valley, they're in Los Angeles County. They have over 48,000 service connections. When we say service connections, we mean connections to the meter. So we say we serve over 300,000 people, but we have 78,000 connections. So that makes sense. So connections are meters. So first and foremost, when you're working with the water utility, understand water utility lingo. That's the best advice I can give you. Understand the job that you're going to do. So they're in Los Angeles County, and they're in Fontana as well. They serve a population of 480,000. Next slide. Okay, so that's the service area. It's broken down even more. So take a quick glimpse. If you're working there, great. You probably could work with San Gabriel Valley Water. All right, next slide. All right, so this is the projects. This is what they need. They had a 101.3 million spending budget. That's huge, everybody. When you're working with utilities, the best way to understand their budgets is to go to our general rate cases that we file. And we file with the CPUC, it's on their website, and it breaks down our 3-year plan. And then you'll be able to see our spending budgets for every 3 years. So in the areas of opportunity for San Gabriel Valley, what they're looking for right now is drilling and rehab, water tank cleaning services, water treatment process design, EV charging stations, traffic control. I saw David on here. David, you better call them. Valve and pipe fitting, pipe manufacturing. So you guys see the list, take a picture. If you guys fit, there you are, David. If you guys fit into any of these categories, make sure to reach out to San Gabriel Valley Water. I would say reach out anyway. Let us know what you could do for us. Find out where their service offerings are, find out what their major projects are from the general rate case, and reach out to tell them what you can do for them. All right, next slide. All right, that's me. I'm Lauren James, Director of Communications for Suburban Water Systems. Under Communications, I have Supplier Diversity and Conservation and Communications. Next slide. So a little bit about Suburban is we're one of the smaller of the top 7 utilities. We're mainly in San Gabriel Valley, and we spill over the hill from Hacienda Heights into Whittier and La Mirada. And we just acquired unincorporated LA County Sativa Water District. I don't know if you guys saw it in the news, but we're now in Compton. Next slide. All right, this is kind of give you a snapshot of our service area. So we have a total connections 78,000. That's meter connections. The total population 300,000. We have 860 miles of pipe, guys. We've been around since 1891. So we need help, right? We have the CPC has authorized us in the general rate case to replace 1.07% of pipe. That's it. So we have over 860 miles of pipe. It's going to take us a long time to replace it, but that's where we need a lot of our spend comes in pipeline repair, pipeline replacement, pipeline planning. So keep that in mind. We have 100 boosters, 163 remote sites, 34 reservoirs. We've currently added 2. So another opportunity is we're revamping our reservoirs. So if you do reservoir work, drilling, rehab, welding, please reach out to me. We're making improvements to all our old reservoirs. And then we have 18 wells. We're currently drilling a new one in Compton. So that's another opportunity. Next slide. All right, and then so this is, I'm not going to go through all our business opportunities, but as you can see, we have a lot of opportunity to work with Suburban. Like I said, we're currently in a general rate case. We have about 35 million in CapEx spend, capital spend. That's like pipeline planning projects. We also do emergency repair work. I know that's where we get a lot of our LGBTQ spend is in our emergency pipeline repair work. But as you can see, take a picture. If any of these fit you, make sure you reach out to me, please. We also do, we have unique things that come up. So don't hesitate if your thing isn't on the list. I was recently looking for a beekeeper, right? So beekeeper that doesn't kill the bees, only kills the bad bees, the mean bees. So you never know what we're going to need when we're going to need it. Next slide. All right, Tim McLaughlin with San Jose Water. He is the Director of Supplier Diversity, and man, what a difference Tim has made in the last few years there. He's taken them from 16% to over 30. Very proud of the work that San Jose Water and Tim is doing. Next slide. All right, so San Jose Water, you can see they've been in business for 150 years. They just serve San Jose in the name, right? So a lot of us are up and down the coast. San Jose Water is just in San Jose. So if you're in San Jose, be sure to reach out to Tim. If you serve San Jose, be sure to reach out to Tim. So they have 230 customers. They have 88% of it is residential. So that's meter connections residential. So a lot of pipeline repair opportunity. They have 2,470 miles of pipe. So they beat Suburban's 860. So I like how we put the 50% imported, 40% ground. So imported is from the California State Project, but groundwater, again, we need the wells, we need well rehab, stuff like that. So when you're thinking about water utility, understand that the percentage of what they're using of water. If it's coming from the ground and you work on wells and well treatment and pumps, and then you have a great opportunity. Suburban, we're 80% at ground. So again, a lot of opportunity. So with San Jose, they have 96 storage facilities and 2 water treatment plants. Next slide. All right, so onboarding, like I said, all of us are a little bit different. So San Jose Water, they have a supplier registration. So as you can see, zoom in, supplier registration, the app Avatar, you sign up, and then you can be part of their supplier database. Also follow up with Tim, and then he'll work with you on getting you in position to be in front of the buyer that you need to be. So again, take a picture of this screenshot, zoom in on it. If you want to sign up with San Jose Water, you service that area, please do. It's on Avatar. I know for me and Jeanette, the 2 slides beforehand, we don't have a supplier registration portal. We are smaller, and we just do vendor pre-qualifications with our procurement specialists. So that's San Jose Water. Next slide. Okay, so I did Tim, he included his, yeah, so this is the direct purchase opportunities. So you understand when you are signing up for Avatar, that what opportunities you have. So direct materials, meters, pipes, main services, construction, chemical feed systems, equipment rentals, consulting, engineering services, outside legal services. I know a lot of us, man, if you're a lawyer on here, please do reach out to us. We are, that's an underutilized area, and not a lot of diverse suppliers. So if you are a lawyer, please do reach out to us. Let us know what you can help us with. Purchase power, demolition, excavation. All right. And so that's San Jose Water. If you feel like you meet those opportunities, or if you'd like an opportunity, please do reach out to Tim. Next slide. Oh, even more. Even more. All right. So what I didn't mention on the other one, electrical contractor, HVAC, chlorination parts and supply. So it's not your normal chlorine though from a pool. So we use a different type of chlorination. I did have a city reach out to me one time during the pandemic, and they're like, "We need our city pool. Do you guys can we use your chlorine?" We're like, "No, you can't. It's not the same. It is not the same." But warehousing, fleet purchases, paving, asphalt. I know all of us need paving asphalt because we dig up the streets. All right. So office supplies, that's another big one too. Office supplies. So definitely reach out. All right, next slide. Okay, Mary Lou with American Water. Next slide. She is the new supplier diversity manager. So I like how they put that they're the 4th largest regulated utility in California. They're up and down the coast, and they might be the largest in the country. So a lot of us have parent companies or other companies throughout the country. So when you start working with us, please know that you will have expanded opportunities besides just California. So a majority of us have parent companies outside. California American Water is one. They have American Water that's based out of New Jersey. So let's see, anything crucial. They treat and deliver their divisional structure. I guess that's very important. Is the south is San Diego, LA, and Ventura. Their central is Monterey County, and their north is Merced, Sonoma, Placer, and Sacramento County. Next slide. Okay, so here's our overall procurement list. Again, zoom in, take a picture. I'll just mention the ones maybe I haven't mentioned. Oh, conservation, that's a big one. I hired a conservation specialist, not specialist, a conservation vendor to help me run my conservation programs. So that was huge. Fire hydrants, we're always looking for fire hydrant maintenance. Tank painting, yep. Roofing, that's another one. I know Connor Roofing is big in the supplier diversity space. Concrete work. So if you guys, meter testing, I know a lot of us need meter change out, meter testing. So if you see yourself on here, please be sure to reach out to Mary Lou. All right, next slide. And there you go. So I believe, I thought CalAm, they had a, go to their website. I believe they have a supplier registration as well. You can sign up and then you can learn more about them, but visit their supplier diversity website for sure. All right, next slide. Okay, Jordan Nakasone. He is the interim supplier diversity program manager for California Water Service. All right, next slide. All right, so yes. They like to do graphics at San Jose or Cal Water. So you can see their operations are all throughout California. Okay, keep next slide. That was good. That's fine. Next slide. I like or yeah, just pop it up. There we go. All right, so this is what Cal Water needs. And when you see the little fire emoji, that's what they really, really need. So if you janitorial service, so see a new one added, pest control contractors, like I said, catering services. A lot of us do events. You know, I'm in communications. We do all company meetings. A lot of us do events. We need catering. And we also do supplier diversity events, you know, meet the primes and stuff like that. So catering is a huge one too. I said most of the other ones already. So hazardous waste disposal. I know, you know, CTI Environmental Robin, she's in the game there. I don't know if she's on today, but yeah, definitely disposal. We all need disposal, hauling, junk hauling, disposal. All right. Next slide. All right, Michael Moss, Golden State Water. He is the supplier diversity manager there at Golden State Water. Next slide. All right, and so this is where Golden State is. Like I said, a lot of us have parent companies that are in different states. So Golden State Water spans throughout California, as you can see with the water drops. Their parent company is American States Water, and then they're in those different states there. Next slide. Okay, and this kind of gives an overview, even more in detail about them. So they serve over 80 communities. They have 37 water systems, and they have 8 rate making areas. So if you don't know what rate making areas are, that is your homework from today's presentation. Find out what rate making areas are, and that will give you a lot more insight into how we spend our money. And they have a 500 member team. Woo, that's a lot of people to get in touch with, guys. All right, next slide. And then here's his contact information if you want to reach out to Michael, and you can also visit their website. Next slide. Okay, yeah, Golden State, they didn't want to let you know what opportunities they had. I'm sorry, everyone. All right, so program manager Holly Joy with Liberty Utilities. She is a program manager too for supplier diversity. All right, next slide. Okay, so Liberty serves Apple Valley and Southeast Los Angeles. So if you're in that area, definitely reach out to Holly. They have over 50,000 service connections. Next slide. They procure, so that means that they purchase 35 million per year. Just like I said, Suburban, that's at 35 million CapEx too. They spend about 10 to 15 million with diverse businesses for a year. So find where you fit into that 10 to 15, and let's help them push that number even higher. Next slide. Oh, we got cut. We got some slides got cut. All right. Is this the last slide, Paul?
Michael, can you tell us, is that the last slide in the deck?
Yes, Paul, there's just a thank you slide after this one.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Great. So actually, this is a good slide just to keep up, Lauren. If we can kind of move into the Q&A, is that okay?
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's move into Q&A. But this is the slide for everybody that hung out and listened to me talk for the last 20 plus minutes. This is the slide I'm referencing. Please do take a picture of it. And this is all our contact information. It comes with also our website. So if some of us have supplier diversity portals, visit the website. You can sign up in the registration. So you could see California Water Service. They have a registration opportunity. Like I said, San Jose Water has the registration opportunity. So make sure you guys reach out to us. Let us know what you can do. Don't say, what do you do? When you reach out to me in the email body, I need to know what you can do for Suburban. So that's what I'm saying. Do your homework. Go visit our websites, visit our social medias, visit the CPUC website to figure out what our general rate case is, what we applied for, and see what we're spending on. That will give you the best inkling of where you can fit into our spend. And then reach out to us. And in the email body, let me know what you can do for us. So I'll give an example. David, I'm gonna pick on you, David. You're on the call. I saw you. You saw that Jeanette had traffic control, right? On her list of, so David would go reach out to Jeanette. I saw you had traffic control. Here's my capability statement. We can support you with traffic control. Put that in the email body. So the buyer of who is going to be buying for traffic control, Jeanette can easily just email them and forward that email to them with the capability statement and exactly what you could do for them. That's how we can support you the best. You let us know exactly what we could do for you in the email. I hate having to like go through the email, check the capability statement, being like, I don't understand. What can you do for us? Who do you want to talk to? So be sure to, when you introduce yourself, know who you're introducing yourself to and know what you could do for them. And I'll leave it at that. And then we'll go to Q&A.
Okay, well, fantastic. So there's a lot to unpack here, and I just first want to really compliment you and express our gratitude because you hit exactly the items that everybody wants to know: the scopes of work, the capital in infrastructure projects and so forth. So thank you for being so on point. I did want to make note, Andrew and Marcy noticed that Daryl's contact information is not on the slide for some reason. So Daryl, would you mind just making sure that you can put your contact information into the chat? That would be great. And Daryl, did you want to add anything? Did you want to come off mute and just kind of share anything from your perspective just to add to Lauren's great presentation?
Yes, happy to be here today. Happy to be on this call for everyone. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Andrew, and everybody else that's on this call. I just want to say, yes, I did leave my contact information in the chat box for anyone who has any questions after this call for San Gabriel Valley Water Company and opportunities to come on board over there. Lauren had mentioned some of our areas of opportunity. I just want to go back over them: barcode scanning, electric vehicle charging stations, security surveillance, janitorial, building, uniform and cleaning services, as well as promo items are areas of opportunity. Some of our capital projects, we have a couple, and that will be three wells that we're putting together in our Fontana division, along with 2 reservoirs to be built. And in our San Gabriel division, we're constructing booster stations within the next 6 months. So we would need pipeline and drilling contractors to complete this infrastructure work. Other than that, those are the opportunities for San Gabriel Valley Water. And again, I say, if you need my information, it's right there in the chat box. You can contact me with any questions you have with subcontracting, or even you can visit our website and fill out our vendor registration form fully, leaving all of your references and also your statement of qualification. We will check your references and make sure you also put the correct email addresses, because if you do not, when we check your references, it will slow up the process. So please feel free to get a hold of myself, and thank you, Paul, and thank you for this opportunity today.
Oh, sorry. So I want to, is Jeanette Diaz, do you work with Jeanette? Is that right, Daryl?
Yes, I am under Jeanette Diaz as a supplier diversity program coordinator. Jeanette is the supplier diversity manager for San Gabriel Valley Water Company. I've been at our company for 23 years now. I started out 2 years in distribution, 3 years in plant maintenance, and 16 years in procurement. And now this is my second year as supplier diversity program coordinator.
Oh, great. Okay, well, that's fantastic. So I want to kind of unpack here, because of course in my next life, I'm going to come back as a bee wrangler, so I can go ahead and take care of all the bee problems for you, Lauren.
Thank you. I'm not the only one,
in my next
Paul.
life.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Jeanette
So,
wanted it too.
Yeah. So we have just a magnificent audience here today, and I just want to give a shout out to a couple people, because Emilio Cruz is on the line, who is just, an iconic person within the AEC community of California and beyond. So Emilio, thanks for being here today, and thanks for representing EPC. And we also have companies like Kiewit. Kiewit, obviously major heavy civil firm, which does a lot of work throughout the country. So again, what I love about BuildOUT is that here we are, this repository where people feel that they can come and hear valuable information and provide solutions for companies like the 90 different regulated water agencies. So Lauren, could you just kind of briefly, I know there's the architectural elements, the design, the project management, there's construction management, then you get into the actual construction services. So I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that there are places for everybody within that spectrum, right? You guys are doing the A&E as well as the project management and program management all the way to construction services, correct?
Yes, correct. That's
Okay,
plenty
great.
of opportunity in between for many vendors to fit in where they can.
Yeah, and Amy, I'm going to ask Amy to come off mute for a second because Amy's business is quite remarkable. Amy, can you come off mute and number one, introduce yourself, and then I'm sure you have a question for our guests.
Oh, good morning, Paul. You're so adorable.
Well,
Thank
I always like to put people on the spot.
you. Thank you for everything you do. You just continue to amaze. Hi, everybody. Lauren, thank you so much for that comprehensive presentation. I learned a lot, and I'm happy that we're in the backyard of some of the folks that you've highlighted too. So I'll definitely be reaching out. I put in the chat that Applied Earthworks is the company I work for, and I manage our Pasadena office, and we provide environmental compliance, which I'm sure you all need for your various development and redevelopment projects. And the particular kinds of environmental compliance that we specialize in are archaeology, history, which also pertains to the built environment. So some of your facilities are probably historical, and you've probably had to cross that bridge many times. We also sometimes subcontract to tribes and work with tribal monitors at construction sites, and also paleontology for all of the above. So thank you, Paul, for giving me this opportunity to give a little spiel.
Great. And Lauren, you know, I love Amy's company because it is paleontology, and it's a sector which we don't see a lot represented. So,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, do you guys, I mean, are there opportunities? Do you see those kind of things come up occasionally?
I would have to get with our engineering director and kind of gauge how often that comes up and how often that service is needed. But see, that's an opportunity, right? So
Yeah.
you just gave her an opportunity. So now I'm going to go ask and follow up with our engineering VP and director and ask them, okay, how often do we see this? Is there a way that you know, we could get an introduction with this company? Is this something that we need in a future project?
Great.
So that's the power of today.
Yeah. And one of the other things, I see Dermot McFallon is on from Foundation. Dermot, could you come off mute for a second? And you guys are so successful, Dermot. Could you just share, have you done undergrounding work or anything with water utilities?
Yes. Yeah, can you hear me, Paul?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, here at Foundation Constructors, we've got two divisions, or three divisions actually. Foundation Constructors that does deep foundations, shoring systems, and drilling, both in Northern California and Southern California. In Southern California, our company, their name is Foundation Pile, and we do the same deep foundations and shoring systems. Statewide, we have Foundation Power Inc., which we are signatory to IBEW. So we do work with PG&E and look forward to doing work with SoCal Edison and SoCal Gas and San Diego Gas and the other gas companies. For that company, we do all the deep foundations, shoring access, marine access, challenging access. We coordinate the helicopters, we do concrete pours, everything to support the infrastructure of the new transmission and distribution lines on the Foundation Power side. And so I did put our website in there on the chat as well too.
Great, thank you so much. Laura has mentioned that both Hillary and David have questions. David, I think you're kind of a celebrity here on this call. So David, can you unmute and ask your question?
All right, Paul, thank you. Lauren, too, thank you so much for picking on me and for giving me the plug. I appreciate it. Daryl, my question is to you. Several of us in the chat, you did correspond, but your contact information is not in there. So if you can please put your phone number and email in, I'll be sure to follow with you. But again, thank you to all the water entities. This was an awesome informational event. Keep it up.
David, can you actually share what your company does, just so we know?
Absolutely. We are a full service. Thank you, Paul. We are a full service traffic control company. We do the traffic plans, the traffic control implementation, all the traffic control equipment. Like I said, we're one shop traffic control company only. We don't do concrete. We don't do the paving. We just strictly are a C31 traffic control company. Our EMR is less than 1, so safety is very important to us. Our guys and girls are all OSHA 10, CPR, OSHA 30 certified. So again, safety is important, service is important. Please lean on me if you have any traffic control requirements, and I'll do what I can to make sure you're satisfied. Thanks again, Paul and Lauren and everyone else.
Great. And David, before you go, I know
Yes.
that from the utility perspective, there's a lot of change right now potentially happening with traffic control because IBEW is kind of expanding their reach. I know at least with PG&E. So I know that's kind of giving heartburn to some folks. So you did mention that you actually have union affiliation. So is that a concern? Is that an issue for you guys? And, you'd want to chat about that?
Of course, in the union industry, they call that rating when other people try to go after other people's scopes of work. Again, we understand the connection because when you're doing electrical, absolutely you need traffic control, especially when you're running conduit in the street. So I can understand from the IBE perspective how they want to get into traffic control. And again, it's different. It's a different animal, honestly, when you're dealing with the public works part of it versus the private entities such as the water entities. So in the private sector, traffic control is traffic control and is governed by the laborers. But however, when you get over to you guys, there's two different jurisdictions. You have the laborers and then you have the IBEW. So yes, honestly, it does cause conflict.
Okay, great, because I know that's an issue. And David, we had a request. Can you, again, just say the name of your business or make sure that your contact information is in the chat?
Yes, sir. I was one of the first ones to put my information in. David Freelo. I am with Synergy Traffic Control. We have been in business since 2009. We have offices in San Diego. Our main office is in Gardena, and we also have an office in Bakersfield. We have 75 employees. And again, we pretty much cover the entire Southern California area.
Wow. Well, congratulations. That's a great success.
Right, thank you.
Okay, great. And then I'm going to just ask Hillary's question. So Lauren, obviously technical writing, assistance with proposals and so forth, those are always very valuable services to so many businesses because of course, if you're doing RFPs, if you're doing team building, we all know how intense that can be. So are there professional service opportunities in those categories that you've heard of and watched from your CWA members?
So I will say this, technically it wouldn't be on the utility side, that service. It would be more of supporting the businesses we work with. So I would love to get the information from a CWA standpoint because we host, we have a water, we call it water. It's a 4-part workshop. We did, we currently expanded on that. We have water 2.0, water 1.0, but water 1.0 focuses on RFPs and how to position yourself and how to submit one. So I would love to partner, and perhaps that's a workshop that we could partner with that vendor with, and to help our businesses.
Great, awesome. And I would be remiss if I didn't highlight our amazing recipient of our President's Award this year, Jacqueline Pruitt. Jacqueline, I'm going to ask you to come off of the mute and if you can kind of just explain your business and check the relevance because rebar installation, underground, all that kind of stuff. Jacqueline, can you just introduce yourself and say hi?
Hello, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Paul, and thank you, CWA. My name is Jacqueline Pruitt. I'm president of Marvella Steel Placers. Currently on the road, but I had to tap into this meeting. We do rebar. We do rebar for foundations. I have a couple of projects with different water authorities, pumping plants, water tanks and whatnot. So I'm quite familiar with this agency, and they pay very well. Most of you guys pay very well that I know from what I know of. I'm blessed to be able to hear more information that there's more than just 2 or 3. There's a lot of you guys, and it's a wonderful thing. And thank you for your presentation. It's great information, right to the point, right to what a business person needs to hear.
Great. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, just a remarkable person. So Jacqueline, thank you for being who you are. I'm going to put Emilio on the spot here. And I actually had the pleasure of knowing Emilio quite well. And Emilio, I know that in your history, you've actually worked with, the SFPUC, you've worked with Cordoba on a lot of different water projects. So Emilio, was there a question that came to your mind during Lauren's presentation?
Nothing in particular, but I definitely appreciated the diversity of not only the agencies, but the services that they're looking for. And definitely appreciated Lauren's energy. That's what I needed at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Emilio, can you just talk briefly about EPC?
Yeah, so we're a full service program management, construction management firm. We specialize in underground work and particularly tunneling. So for water agencies, we do a lot of large scale conveyance projects or pipeline projects, micro tunneling, things of that nature. But I was also very encouraged to hear some of the other firms that are on, because we do chase some big jobs, and I definitely want to reach out to some of you as well to see if you'd be interested in subbing to EPC on some of these larger pursuits that we do in California.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Emilio,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Lauren, go ahead.
Oh no, I was like, definitely really reach out, and then to Jacqueline, the one before, please reach out.
Yeah. Emilio, maybe you're a good person to ask this question, but there's a little bit of confusion in the marketplace on my end specifically. There's some of the public agencies who are water agencies, but then you've got the CWA and all those members. But even like the very large project going on in San Jose, there's confusion as is it part of San Jose Water or whatever. So, from your perspective, Emilio, how do you guys navigate that, the differences?
Yeah, we tend to, from our perspective, we tend to look at the public agencies first, but right now water is not, pun intended, water is a very fluid industry right now. The state just passed the potential regulations on DPR. So we're going to see direct potable reuse projects move forward. There's an agency, a Moulton Niguel Water District down in Orange County. They're really gung-ho on DPR. We're going to see a lot more treatment and injection into wells. So, I heard a lot of these agencies use groundwater. That groundwater is likely going to be recharged with DPR in the future, kind of like Irvine, California does. And so I do think that as vendors, we need to not only look at the traditional public agencies, but look at some of these private water companies that are going to possibly be moving more agilely, more effectively with new regulations coming forward.
Great. Okay, well, thank you.
That's a nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. We are regulated. So we have to move first, you guys. Remember that always. What's the biggest difference is we're regulated, and we always have to be the ones that move first. So the job opportunities will be with us first, especially with the new PFAS, the PFS8, everything that we just put in our new general rate case is for over 42 million to treat our water. So there's a lot of opportunity, and we will be, and so regulated utilities, think of us first, because we always have to move first.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you, Emilio. I appreciate that. I just wanted to give a shout out to Q Alicia. Q Alicia is the owner of Q&A Consulting. So Q, can you unmute yourself for a second and kind of give your 30-second elevator pitch, because you've got a remarkable business.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Paul. I appreciate this. My name is I'm Q Alicia with Q&A Consulting LLC. We're an environmental consulting firm with a primary focus on environmental investigations. So meaning air quality, testing, compliance, environmental health and safety, construction oversight, definitely the exposure monitoring for the projects you guys are talking about when you're, moving that dirt around. And we're located in the Bay Area, but our reach is throughout throughout California.
And Q, you've actually been quite successful during the wildfire mitigation. So you've done work with the utilities. So you're really quite seasoned. Isn't that a fair assessment?
Yeah, we worked a lot on the fires. California, we had a crazy fire season the last couple of years. So we've done a lot of exposure monitoring and just oversight for the Dixie Fire, the Santa Rosa Fire, Malibu Fire. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you. We're glad you're here because you're quite amazing. So appreciate your time.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul, can I
Yeah.
shout out Q? Can I shout out
Oh.
Q real quick? Q is a perfect example of vendor engagement, everybody. So follow her on LinkedIn. So Q, I'm giving you plug here. Follow her on LinkedIn and follow her around.
Yeah.
She makes the connections. Q is actually one of our water graduates. So she's already been introduced to all of CWA, but not only that, she comes to every event. We see her at every event. So I'm seeing her today. All that does is just keep her top of mind to me and keep her top of mind is where I can fit her into suburban. So shout out to you, Q. And for any vendor, starting out, follow her on LinkedIn so you can see how to network and how to build those connections.
Yeah.
Thank
you,
you.
Lauren. That could not be better said. I really, we're a huge champion of Q. So thanks so much. Ryan, I see you're on the line, right, Ryan? Okay. Well, no worries there. One of the other categories that we come into that's an LGBT owned business, specifically, not a B related company, but Andrea Casella is on the call today, and Andrea owns a company called Premium Resources.
Sorry, Paul, Ryan, I was able to get on, but that's TV.
Oh, okay, great. So Ryan, can you just quickly, can you give a quick overview of SDV and the services you've done specifically with water and like the SFPUC?
Yes, we were doing a big project with them out in San Francisco right now. It's a big water treatment facility. And we got in there probably about $1.5 million worth of work. And looking forward. It's our first really big project with them. So we'll be doing a lot of the stairs, the steel framing, structural steel, and a couple other smaller items with the overhead gantry cranes. So looking forward to getting that started. A bulk of it probably first quarter of 2024.
Great. Well, thank you, Ryan. And you guys, you've been with BuildOUT since the very beginning. So really, thank you so much. Andrea, I want to make sure. Yeah, Andrea, are you still on? Can you unmute yourself for a second? Andrea Casella.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Andrea Casella with Premium Resource. And thank you, Paul, for the opportunity. We have actually done work with Cal Water in the past. Jose Espinoza was our contact there. And he was kind enough back in 2014, I think, to help us get certified with the CPUC. I do need to get recertified at this point. But yeah, so we're here. What we do is custom logo apparel and merchandise. We can help with promotional items or any uniforms and hard hats, safety vests, work apparel, stuff like that, gloves, whatever you might need. We're here for you.
Great. Well, thank you, Andrea. And you guys always make us look good. So thank you.
Oh yeah, we've had the opportunity to do awards for Paul many times, and banners. We do the banners, the backdrop for your photo ops.
Yep.
Sorry, there's an airplane going by.
No, you always make us look great. So thanks, Andrea. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
California is being the 4th largest economy in the world. It's a great playground. And one of the people who is just truly an icon in my mind, as far as people who really assist and provide value to small minority women, LGBT, all the businesses, is Mr. Ed Duarte. Ed, can I just ask you to go off mute because you really have your finger on the pulse. So did you just want to say hello to the group this morning? And if you had any comments, Ed? If you're able to unmute, maybe you're not able to unmute.
Paul.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ed. How are you?
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you and compliment you on the program you've been spearheaded in putting these workshops on for BuildOUT California. As you know, I'm a retired general contractor, civil engineer, and our family firm, well, we're still in business. It's going into third generation now. But we've been a prime contractor all our life in public works. So that gave me an opportunity in my career to meet, obviously, hundreds, maybe thousands of subcontractors. So when I retired, as you know, I'm now with NorCal PTAC.
Mhm.
And I do these workshops for DVEs and emerging contractors, and I focus on the contractors. That's the group.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the biggest contracts go to the construction contracts, and the subcontractors, the DBEs that are out there, they need to and want to get involved in all of these public works from Caltrans on down.
Mhm.
But you know, the economy's had a hard 3 to 4 years, and with a couple of recessions, we've lost a lot of small contractors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing that I try to focus on is that if you're going to bid a job for Caltrans, Bay Area Rapid Transit, City of San Jose, or whoever, you need to be prepared, and that's what I focus on in my workshops, as do you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Ed, you are one of a kind. And, I want to implore everybody who really is in, bidding to projects with, especially the GCs, reach out to Ed at the PTAC. But Ed, if you could just be sure to make sure you leave your email address into the chat, because you are just remarkable. So thank you.
I'll do that.
And then, so I just, before we have to leave here, because we always try to be on time, just like the German railway system. Lauren, you guys recently did your Meet the Primes event, which was really great. But one of the other things that, we love working with the supplier diversity people, because of course you are the gateway and so forth. But could you just explain, we know that many times the decisions are actually made by the program managers and the program directors. So if we are to build relationships with those people, how do we kind of crack the code? Is it about being where they're being, or do you guys have special events that just bring the project directors to the table?
Great question, Paul. Great question. So I always like to say, we're the middleman. We're your champion, right? So you use your champion effectively. Use your champion to ask the right questions, and then your champion us will then take it from there and get you in front of the right people. And then it's up to you to make sure you stay in front of. I know a lot of them will say, don't email me every week. Don't call me every week. Email me once a month, follow up with a call. So once a month, email, follow up with a call, just to keeping on their radar, because even if the project isn't in scope within your scope, then it not to say won't happen 3 months from now. And with our buyers, we bring them to our events. So CWA, we have 3 signature events each year. And so we had a prime thank you luncheon in February, which was great. We brought all our primes and our buyers. And that was an opportunity to hone in on the second tier requirements, whatnot. So that led into Meet the Primes. And so Meet the Primes was focused, and we had a panel of 6 primes. And then we had, a bunch of subcontracts. We're hoping to work with them. And then our next one in October is Pipeline into Procurement. And that is where we bring our procurement specialists. So our next event in October will host our buyers and our procurement specialists. So I will bring my procurement specialist who does all the pre-vendor qualifications. So that's pretty much getting you registered in our system. And I bring our engineering director. Our engineering team is the one that pretty much holds the CapEx dollars for everybody. Mechanical maintenance, construction, they're the ones that you want to be in front of. So when it comes to wanting to be in front of people, ask us. Right. I guess, Paul, that's the best answer I can give you. It's just get in touch with us, your champion, and ask us where they're going to be so you can be there, or follow them on LinkedIn. Who are they? Right. So for Suburban, I'll let you know, follow me on LinkedIn. You'll see I'm connected to George Lopez. That's our VP of engineering. You might want to be friends with him on LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I did, before we close out, I want to give a special shout out to a dear friend of not only mine, but of BuildOUT and all the community. Lisa Robin is here with Comcast today. So Lisa, did you just want to say hello? Just a real quick hello.
I'm
Are you there, Lisa?
here. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, good to see you. This is, I
You
wanted
too.
to join and I had some issues with the chat. I'm going to put my information in the chat and as always, it's great to be here. And Paul, wonderful job today. Lauren, incredible job. And, I think this is really important opportunity to connect and found some some options there for, some future partnerships. So thank you for hosting today.
Yeah. And just so everybody in the room knows, Lisa is the champion for Comcast, has their finger on the pulse of everything going on in California and beyond. And I know several of our participants today actually do work outside of California. So, want to make sure that everybody is in the loop that Lisa is a great person, as well as the people that we've had highlighted. So with the 1 minute, Lauren, you want to give us a 30-second wrap so that we can get off to our Friday?
All right. So I just want to thank everybody for attending this early morning. I want to thank BuildOut. I want to thank you, Paul, for constantly being a champion, constantly putting together these events and, and doing what you can for the business world. So CWA, we're here. You just get in touch with us and let us know what you could do for us and stay in touch with us because you never know when we'll need your services. So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Paul.
Great. And I want everybody to stay cool this weekend. Don't be going outside unless you're taking protective, measures. And we so appreciate and we're so grateful for every single one of you. You value and you matter to us, and we want to create opportunities. So thank you, CWA. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everybody.